Good morning, all. Hope this finds you well on the latest introduction to the Turn It Round the Corner podcast. In this episode, we're going to talk to a gentleman from Harlow named Ray Trowsdale. Ray is affectionately known as Buddha. Now, this episode centres all around what I'd call a non-league superfan. So, obviously, you've got the Premier League, you've got the glitz and glamour of Sky, but I'd say over the last few years, a lot of people are moving away from what I'd call professional football in England, whether that's being they're priced out, they don't like the route the game's going down, whether that be the introduction of VAR, and just Premiership football is not like what it used to. You have to pre-book tickets, you can't turn up on the day, cost an exorbitant amount of money. I would say in the Premier League, Championship maybe, are they really bothered about the fan that's had the season ticket for 25 years, doesn't wear a shirt, maybe he's got the same scarf that he's had for 25 years, wears a pin badge, rocks up on a Saturday, drinks at his local that he's always is drunk in with the people that he meets at the game, turns up 5 minutes before the kick-off, watches the game, might follow that club all around the country, but there's a routine that's centered around, going to the game, but it's not centered around, should we say, spending, exorbitant amounts of money in the shop and going on the tours and, buying every bit of memorabilia from the shop and spending loads of money in the ground because, football used to be for working class people, right? I think there was a study a few years ago that a lot of Premiership teams now, they don't actually need the money from fans and they're not actually interested in those day-to-day earnings. It's more around TV money, it's more around merchandise, and there's a big argument whether old standing supporters are being priced out or being pushed out of supporting the club that they've always done. Now, the caveat to that is a lot of people are now showing an interest in non-league football. If you look at the crowds, crowds at all levels of non-league football are going up. Now, you would say that's coincided with, everything that I've just spoke about. But is it more than that? There's no glitz and glamour, for instance, in a non-league team. You're normally following the town that you support. And I want to dig into that. I want to dig into, why Buddha is so passionate about following Harlow Town, why he goes to every away game, what he loves about non-league football. Is it that interaction and being close to the players? As I say, is it following and supporting the town where he lives? I see Ray on a Saturday morning going to the ground at 9 o'clock, putting up all the flags, getting the ground ready. He's on Instagram and Twitter, rounding up support, pushing, games, trying to get people interested and involved. And I want to dig into that because I'm a great lover of non-league football. I think it's authentic. I think, as I say, the feeling of going to a non-league ground and there being a couple of hundred there, and if it is supporting your town, knowing most people in the ground, maybe knowing the players, there's more, I would say, affiliation to that. There's more connection to that. Like now, I think Ray also supports Spurs and he'll go every now and then. But has he got any affiliation with a Brazilian international that rocks in, gets paid 200 grand a week, and then maybe leaves after a season? I don't know if that's the case anymore. So I want to dig into it. I want to see why he loves supporting Harlow so much. I want to see what he does on a match day. I want to see what the future holds for non-league and what he thinks of that, and where he thinks Harlow can go over the next couple of years. Obviously, they've dropped a few levels in the last couple of years due to pitch problems, and they're making their way back from, I think it's the Furlough League. They've always had great support, Harlow, but it has fluctuated. I think last year, even in the Furlough London, was getting, I think, 500 at times, 500. And I want to have a chat about non-league football and why he thinks people are migrating to that and leaving the full-time professional game, especially at the upper end of that, so in the Premier League. So, hope you enjoy it. Look forward to it. As I say, really looking forward to you guys listening to Ray. He's a great guy. He's got real love for the town where he lives and follow. So, yeah, if in doubt, turn it around the corner.